Hey there, viewers, it's Charlie, I'm back again, and welcome to the first review of 2023. What's this year going to bring? I don't know. But well, starting off this year, today's review is going to be on Studio Series Bumblebee movie Soundwave. Yeah, the first couple of reviews for this year are just going to be the last couple figures that I got last year. So, yeah. Now, this guy, I mean, like, I don't even know what he transforms into, so, yeah. So, let's take a quick look at the box for this guy. And of course, we've got the standard, well, more modern style of Studio Series box. So, we just got a picture of Soundwave. Of course, this is before they started phasing out the windows. Got Bumblebee right there. That's the movie. Studio Series 83. This side we've got a close-up of Soundwave's face. The other side we've got a more standard picture of Soundwave. The back we've got a picture of him in both modes. Got Cybertron Falls, or Fall of Cybertron if you will. Oh man. I should really play that game. But anyways, we've got a description of what he does in the film for like what? The minute that he appears. Backdrop included. And well, that's pretty much it for the box. And while taking a look at the backdrop, of course we've got the fake backdrop, which he's tied to, which I'm probably just going to bin after this review, because I am starting to put my boxes in storage now, because I'm just running out of space. But the actual backdrop is, of course, the Cybertron scene from the Bumblebee film, where we got all those cool cameos from, like, Brawn and Ratchet, which I have done reviews on. So, yeah. And of course, if you want, you can put Soundwave there, although he was in his robot mode in the film. I don't think he even transformed in the film, so yeah, we'll come back to this later. And while taking a look at this guy's vehicle mode, I mean, he's a pancake with pincers. I mean, to be serious, I'm pretty sure this is meant to be some sort of like flying hovercraft of some sort, or like a hover tank, but yeah, this is just, I mean, if you put it upright, this could maybe pass for his cassette player mode, but yeah, this is just like he's a freaking pancake. He's flat. I'm pretty sure if I put another figure on him, he could pass for a freaking hovercraft. Yeah. I'm pretty sure this is just a result of them thinking of a random vehicle mode for the figure, because most of the Bumblebee movie Cybertron figures were just, well, their alternate modes were just created for the figure, so yeah. Well, taking a look at this, well, you can pretty much just see it's like a folded up robot. I mean, like, these are meant to be the feet. They're meant to tap into the arm, but yeah, I kind of struggled to do that. This is meant to be, this is probably meant to be like a faux chest, because the actual chest is at the bottom. Of course, these are meant to be the arms. So, yeah. Now, for accessories, Well, he does come with this gun here. So if you want, you could plug this into the side. See if you want that going on, then sure. And I lost the other accessory. Oh, there we go. He does come with a version of his standard shoulder cannon, which is quite long. So if you want that going on, then there you go. And it can just plug into the other side. So yeah, unfortunately he can't really function as a tank because there's no weapons to plug onto here, so he just has to deal with the weapons awkwardly dangling off the side here. So if anything, he's probably meant to just be like a weird flying spaceship. I think he did transform into this in like a G.I. Joe crossover comic, if I remember correctly. That's probably where they got the inspiration for this, but why they give it to Bumblebee movie Soundwave, I have no idea. I guess like the front pincer thingies look kind of cool. But yeah, overall, I just think this is a weird looking vehicle mode. I suppose if you want to like put it with Ravage, then go ahead, because this is just like a folded up cube, and this does come into play in robot mode, well, Soundwave's robot mode, so we'll get more to that in when we get to Soundwave's robot mode. So yeah. Now, comparing him to some other Soundwaves, here he is with full Cybertron Soundwave. So we can see how his Cybertronian mode has evolved over time. So we can see full of Cybertron Soundwave's actual, I guess, armored truck. And even he has the pincers, which is just, I just think that looks cool. But at least this guy sort of has a practical vehicle mode, whereas this is just, I don't know. Here he is with Siege Soundwave, or in my case, the Legacy re-release. And I have him configured in the lamppost mode because if you remember the first episode of G1, this was G1 Soundwave's Cybertronian vehicle mode in the cartoon. Just a lamppost. I mean, sure, at least this guy can get around, whereas this guy is pretty much just an actual disguise, but still. Also, I hate getting this guy into the into his actual vehicle modes. Could be like the mold degradation, but still. And here he is with Netflix Soundwave. So yeah. So you can see how a cassette recorder compares to a space tank thing with pincers. And for Ravage, well, I've already done a review on Ravage, so yeah. Now, for this guy's transformation, so to get this guy transformed, well, it's actually sort of unique. So if I could just tilt my camera up. So to start, if they actually are tabbed in, just untap the feet from the arms. Just get them out like so. And even though I haven't discussed this yet, one problem I have is this section tends to untab quite easily, and I normally have that issue while I'm actually trying to get this guy into his vehicle mode. I'm not sure if it's just my copy, if it's widespread, or if it's just me being an idiot while transforming him, but yeah, this just tends to split apart quite easily, but yeah, I just want to actually split this apart, like so. Lift this up, spin that around, get that like so. Try and get the legs around, like so. Get the foot down like so. Push this in, close this up, spin all this around. Do the same with the other leg. I caught my finger. Ow, sorry, I didn't mean to flip you off there. Because you're normally quite a really good audience. But yeah, I caught my finger. Ow. Yeah, just do the same with the other. Just do the same with the other leg, like so. And have the arms, like so. That's another issue I have. These come off quite easily as well. So, yeah, that's also really annoying. And now it's not going back in. There we go. Okay, I managed to get that sorted out. So you move that down. This isn't its shot. So you get the arms down. Straighten these out. Move the arms down separate of the shoulder. Then close the shoulder up. Like so. Turn around the arm. Open this up. Get the hand out. Spin around Soundwave's head. And, well, here we've got Soundwave in robot mode. If I can actually get him standing correctly. There we go. So yeah. Even this is a tall figure, or my phone stand's just not working correctly because, well, I do use Lego for my phone stand, so, and I do want to try to be careful so it doesn't come apart. But yeah. Now looking at this figure overall for a 360, I mean, seriously, this is quite an intimidating looking figure. I mean, for like what, the 30 seconds to a minute that Soundwave appeared, he did look quite intimidating. I mean, this is like the first time that Soundwave appears in his G1 form in the films, because the other two times he's like, what, a satellite and a sports car. So yeah. Now, taking a look at his head. Once again, very G1 accurate. Although his visor makes him look a bit sad for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe because it kind of looks like he's got light piping there. Although his eyes are painted over. And seeing how the other Soundwaves I have light piping. If we bring in full Cybertron Soundwave, for example, you can see the light piping there. Then if we bring in Legacy Soundwave, oh, if I know, sorry, this is Netflix Soundwave. Again, you can see light piping. And then bring in Siege / Legacy Soundwave. again, the light piping. So that's probably why this guy looks sad. He was sort of cheated out of light piping. But hey, we can probably make up for that by giving him the accessories. So we can just give him the gun. Just try and get that into his hand. There we go. And if we take this, move that down. So we've got this peg here. And then that could just go into the back like so. If you see that, that could just tab into his back, if I can actually do that. Probably because I'm on camera, it's not going to. There we go. So now we've got Soundwave with his standard shoulder cannon. And plus, if you have this accessory from Ravage, this can actually go in here. Granted, this is more meant to resemble the little missile thing that Soundwave's hand cannon uses, but I still appreciate the reference. And speaking of Ravage, if you have him in his, I guess, box mode, you can open this up. I think you have to, like, remove the missiles first. I might be wrong. Let's see if he goes in with the missiles. Yeah, I think you have to remove the accessories first from Ravage. But after that, Ravage fits in quite snugly. Like so. So if you want him to just deploy Ravage, then there you go. And for the hell of it, let's just keep Ravage in there for the rest of the review. And well, for comparison, here he is with full of Cybertron Soundwave, who's just a tad bit taller. And if you remember this guy, he literally had a gimmick where you could just shoot out his mini-cons or whatever they were called. And if you remember, his Ravage was a freaking circle. Like, this guy's Ravage was an Oreo. Well, the gimmick's not really working, but there we go. Like, you could just drop this guy's Ravage and then it would auto-transform. I kind of miss those days. I know I'm sort of ranting now. Well, I'm sort of rambling, but it was kind of cool. Okay, let's continue on with the comparisons. But yeah, that's two sort of Cybertronian Soundwaves. Keep in mind, this is meant to be the same character as Prime Soundwave. He is Siege/Legacy Soundwave, which I just have laser beacon there from the Netflix version. And you can see he's a bit shorter. He does have an extra pistol, so sure, I guess that makes up for it. Plus, he's got yellow eyes. And he has Netflix Soundwave. Because I spend a lot of money sometimes. And he's also a bit shorter. And this guy also has a Ravage. So, yeah. And well, finally, for this guy's posability, because, well, I can't really do laser feet like I do with the War for Cybertron Trilogy and Legacy figures, because, well, there's no ports there on the feet. This guy's head can move, sort of on a ball joint, so it can go up and down. You can sort of tilt his head, and of course you can look around. You can sort of move his arms, although you have to be careful to move the entire thing and not just the arm, because, well, you know. You can T-pose, although, yeah, that sort of moves the entire shoulder. His elbows can move. Got bicep rotation. Well, his waist can move, although you have to move this up first. Legs can go forward that far. Back about that far. You can do the splits. It's got a good ankle pivot. Knees can move about that far. And you can move this bit if you want. He's got thigh rotation, so there. Yeah, this guy is quite poseable. And if I just get the backdrop involved, that's pretty much all I have to say about this guy. So, complaints. I mean, I do have quite a few. I mean, of course, the alternate mode is quite silly. I mean, it's just like a pancake with pincers. But the robot mode is quite nice, although, of course, I do have some gripes with that as well. Namely, the shoulders. Because keep in mind, if you move the arm, then the shoulders don't move as well. You have to move the entire shoulder if you want to move that. I also find that the vehicle mode is sort of hard to tap in. Could just be my copy, could just be I'm transforming it wrong. I don't know. There's also a few bits that come off quite easily. Namely, again, the shoulders. So, yeah. But on a shelf, this guy looks really nice. So that does sort of save it for me from being an absolute, well, crappy figure. Because it's not. Could just be I'm sort of not handling it correctly. Because, you know, I do have shaky hands. As you can see with me holding my phone. But yeah, this is definitely not a bad figure. This guy looks really good on a shelf. Just that he has a bit of a bad vehicle mode. But, well, do I recommend him? Well, for the robot mode, then, yeah, this guy has a really nice looking robot mode. I mean, come on, it's like it's a realistic G1 Soundwave, and that is awesome. Like, the vehicle mode does bring it down, but the robot mode, in my opinion, is the best part of this figure. So, yeah. I mean, sure, there are some bits that are annoying, namely the shoulders. I still quite like this figure. So, yeah. So this has been my review on Studio Series Bumblebee movie Soundwave. And this is Charlie Young, signing off.